India is no longer just watching a global crisis unfold. It is being called upon to shape its outcome. As the war between the United States, Iran and Israel enters a dangerous phase, a growing number of global voices are pointing to one country as the only credible mediator, India. At the center of this conversation is Narendra Modi. From Europe to Washington, the message is becoming clearer. If there is an off-ramp to this conflict, it may run through New Delhi. The latest endorsement comes from Finland's President Alexander Stubb, who has openly suggested that India step in to calm tensions. Speaking after his visit to India and at the Raisina Dialogue 2026, Stubb warned that the current crisis risks spiraling into a much larger global confrontation. His message was blunt. The world needs a ceasefire and India has the credibility to help deliver it. Stubb's remarks carry weight. He pointed to India's strategic caution and ability to maintain trust across rival camps. At a time when traditional power blocs are struggling to influence outcomes, India's balanced positioning is being seen as an asset, not a limitation. This view is not limited to Europe. In the United States, influential voices are echoing the same sentiment. Retired U.S. Army Colonel Douglas Macgregor has advised former President Donald Trump to look towards India to avoid what he calls an escalation trap. His warning is stark. Prolonged conflict could strain U.S. military resources and trigger a massive oil shock, with prices potentially soaring to extreme levels. In such a scenario, diplomacy becomes not just an option but a necessity. Earlier, U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright said that Donald Trump is reaching out to several countries to help ensure the safe movement of ships through the Strait of Hormuz.
The world depends on the flows through Hormuz, and most importantly, the Asian nations, Japan, Korea, China, Thailand, India. A meaningful part of their total energy supplies come from the Straits of Hormuz. So, of course, the whole world will be united on the need to open Hormuz, and clearly we will have the support of other nations to achieve that objective.
And this is where India's unique position stands out. New Delhi has working relationships with all sides, the United States, Iran and Israel. Unlike many global players, it is not seen as an aggressor by any of them. That gives India a rare diplomatic space to engage, persuade and possibly de-escalate. So far, India has chosen a path of what officials describe as disciplined neutrality. It has not joined any military bloc, it has not taken sides. Instead, it has focused on protecting its own interests while quietly maintaining dialogue channels. This approach is visible on the ground as well. In the volatile waters of the Strait of Hormuz, India has deployed naval assets to ensure the safe passage of its commercial vessels, including LPG carriers like Shivalik LPG carrier and Nanda Devi LPG tanker. These operations underline a clear priority: safeguard national interests without escalating tensions. The larger question now is whether India will move from being a stabilizing force to an active mediator. The calls are growing louder, the expectations are rising. In a fractured world order where trust is in short supply, India is being seen as a rare bridge between competing powers. Whether New Delhi chooses to step into that role or not could shape not just the trajectory of this conflict but the future balance of global diplomacy.